welcome everybody to the WWE Fastlane 2016 recap. Now, it was actually a lot better than I thought it would be, honestly. It was a solid event. It, flowed well, if that makes any sense, as far as events go. But, let's see. I mean, there was some filler in it. I guess every event has that. Toward the end, they had the cutting edge thing. And they had an unannounced match, i.e. death slot match. They had that after the cutting edge, right before the main event. Oh, man. It was R-Truth and Curtis Axel. It was... I don't know, but I just don't know. Well, let's get into it here. We have the kickoff. Obviously they did the whole pregame stuff, talking about the event. But after that, there was a 2 out of 3 falls match for the U.S. title. And Kalisto, the champion, defending against Alberto Del Rio. It was a pretty good match. I don't know. It was a good match. It wasn't a bad match, Alrighty. Kalisto actually gets the first fall by DQ because Rio hits him with a chair. So, I don't know what the logic in that was, but shortly after that, he actually scored the second fall. Because, obviously 2 out of 3 falls means if one of the other participants gets another fall before the other one gets their second fall, then the match continues until you get the best 2 out of 3. So it's exactly what that means. So Del Rio got a pinfall victory over Kalisto, probably like 2-3 minutes after that. And then Kalisto wins. Kalisto, did I say that right? He won with a schoolboy roll-up. It seems to be such a popular victory for WWE. Is the infamous schoolboy roll-up. So he definitely did it that way and retained his title. And then you had AJ Styles answer questions from social media, talking about how, being in WWE is like in the major leagues compared to the minor leagues and other companies. Didn't even, I don't know. You just kind of building him up a little bit. I don't know. Didn't really feel it too much, only because it seemed like it was not forced, but it was like a little rushed, like, okay, let's just get this in, you know what I mean, kind of thing. Anyway, that was the kickoff. And then first match, actually the opener was a Divas match, which kind of surprised me. It was Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks versus Naomi and Tamina. Pretty good match. Nothing really too bad to say about it. But it was kind of cool, though, when the way the match ended. With tag team matches, sometimes they do that with the, double submission or double pin or something like that. Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks, when with both of their opponents tapping out to their respective submission holds. Becky Lynch had the some kind of armbar thing, and bank statement from Sasha Banks. That's what it's called. So that's that. Oh man. Yeah, that was a cool way for them to win. Kind of, show their dominance a little bit. I don't know. But the second match was the Intercontinental title with Dolph Ziggler challenging Kevin Owens, the champion, newly crowned champion. It was a pretty good match. With those guys, they're always going to have a good match. I don't really see them not having good matches. So when they go together, obviously it's going to be really good. and they did good. They did good in their match. But anyway, what's a face? Kevin Owens picks up the win by doing a pop-up powerbomb. That's his finisher. He like basically lifts you up. He did it kind of like with the like a short Irish whip kind of thing this time to do it. But he usually does it when it's like a rebound off the ropes. But he like pulled him in and did it, and like lifts you up like this way, and slams you instead of like actually flipping you for a powerbomb. Anybody that knows wrestling knows exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, here we go. The 6-man tag. It's the third match. It was, Ryback, Big Show, and Kane versus Braun Strowman, Luke Harper, and Eric Rowan of the Wyatt family. Now, these Wyatts, I don't know, they just want to attack everybody and, like, give it some kind of, like, mystic meaning or something like that. I guess it'll catch on. I don't know. I don't know. I thought, I guess because maybe I just keep seeing all those losses not even just Bray Wyatt, like those, originally it was only Rowan and Harper. Like, they took a lot of bad losses. They probably should have, I don't know, like, that's why I don't really take them too seriously, but whatever. But, it's a pretty good match, nothing really stands out too much in this one, but Ryback did pick up the victory for his team by shell-shocking Luke Harper, and that's basically it. I don't know. The fourth match was the Divas title match. Brie Bella challenging Charlotte, the champion, and once again, Charlotte has to somehow, because obviously her father comes out to be I don't know if he's the manager, or moral support, or I don't know what you call him. Just being accompanied by person. I have no idea, but, obviously, he, distracts distracts Brie Bella, and, gets her all discombobulated. The old 2010s, I guess you would say, this decade, 2010s way of making people become heels is by having them get distraction finishes in wrestling, apparently. But anyway, that caused a distraction for Brie Bella, caused Brie Bella to get distracted, causing her to, take her eye off Charlotte, and then she slapped on that figure 4 that turns into the figure 8 with the bridge. That's what makes it the figure 8. And that's it. She retained her title. And the fifth match was AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho. Honestly, I thought this could stand up to be the match before the main event, but they didn't put it there, so what are you going to do? I think this is probably one of the better matches on the card. These two had 2 great matches beforehand on, regular TV. But, the whole, like, I don't know. I mean, Jericho, I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. It was a good match. It wasn't a bad match. But AJ Styles did pick up the victory. He tried to do this, like, crazy ass finisher. It's like a reverse, reverse, like, sunset flip. And he, like, turns it around for a pin. Oh, man. It's crazy looking. But he didn't actually beat him with that. So he beat him with the calf crusher. And then, Jericho being the tweener heel or tweener face that he wants to be. Tweener meaning you could go on either side. He's very, very on the edge. Almost parallel to Big Show with that. But anyway, he sees that he's celebrating on the second rope. Pulls him down, and he's like, he's like, oh, Styles like, oh, you want to go again? You want to go again? And then he's like, pulls out his hand and extends his hand for, you know, show of respect. So they shake hands. So that was cool, you know. Kind of like, you know, giving him props or respect or whatever, however you want to say it. Next, we have the segment of the Cutting Edge Peep Show. Yes, on a pay-per-view. Not on the pre-show, which they had a title match on the pre-show, which could have easily been switched with this. But, you know, don't ask. And they had the tag team champions, the New Day, be on this. Don't ask. Just don't ask me. Anyway, they come out and, you know, do the whole blah, 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 you know, back and forth. Just random stuff. And then, yeah. Yeah. They were sitting out there doing that when they should be defending their titles, but it just is what it is. And then, you know, Sheamus of the League of Nations comes out, confronts the New Day after the New Day calls him out, and, you know, it's just all back and forth Monday Night Raw stuff, you know. And then New Day walks away, and then and then, you know, obviously Edge and Christian leave also. But, you know, whatever. This is all stuff that you just don't need to have on an actual major pay-per-view slot. Not at all. I mean, if they had it as the opener, they could have, like, kind of rushed it a little bit. But they, like, treated it like an actual, you know, high part of the card or whatever. I don't know. I just don't know. But... And we had a unannounced match, i.e. death slot match, which is more times than not always right before the main event, and nobody knows about it, and it's just always, like, not no-namers, but it's like guys that you could just see them play. Yeah, you see them play. They're just playing in there. No, they're fighting. They're fighting, but you could just see this match on Raw, you know? Or SmackDown, or Superstars, or, you know, like, you don't have to have it as a big, you know, high slot like that. But it's still a death slot because it's always before the main event, and especially if it's an unknown match like that, that's why I call it the death slot match, because it's just like, like, we don't want to see this. We just want to see the main event. You know what I mean? But it was R-Truth versus Curtis Axel. And, you know, Curtis Axel's obviously in this recently formed group called the Social Outcasts, consisting of, obviously, Curtis Axel, Bo Dallas, Heath Slater, and... who's the other one? Heath Slater and Adam Rose. Basically, like, 4 guys that they literally don't know what to do with them anymore. So they're just like, you know what? We'll give them a group. And that's what they do. I mean, at least they're doing something. So, you know, they're a group now. Goldust, if you know, has been trying to, like, you know, be R-Truth's tag team partner. He's been trying to do it for, I don't know, like a month now. And, you know, he has all these segments on all the shows trying to, like, convince him. And he's, like, always messing up and, like, you know, never convincing him the right way. Or, you know, he still hasn't convinced him. And it's still, it's, like, funny, you know. Goldust, he is very entertaining. He is. But it's just like, okay, like, you know, what do we, you could have just did this, whatever. So, you know, originally he pulls Curtis Axel's leg down, you know, when he's running, the whole typical wrestling thing. When he's running off the ropes, he pulls his leg, so he trips him. You know, behind the referee's back, because the other one of the members were up there on the apron. And then he throws Heath Slater into the barricade thing. Then he throws Adam Rose into the ring. And then Adam Rose, you know, is rolling in the ring. R-Truth basically has to, like, jump over him. And then Curtis Axel gets another schoolboy roll-up victory, costing R-Truth a match. And, you know, it was actually decent. I don't want to say a huge match, but it was on a pay-per-view. It was still a big match to lose. And he, you know, Goldust messed up again, you know, trying to help him to convince him and, like, have his back and be his tag team partner. So it's an ongoing thing with that. These guys are going to end up fighting each other at WrestleMania, you know? Like, what is the deal? Now, finally, finally, we have our main event here. It was solid. I do think it kind of ended a little flat. Could have been a little bit more like meat to the ending. I don't know. I mean, it's like basically just prolonging the inevitable, saying, oh, we already know that Reigns is going to face Triple H. Just get this match over with. That's not how I really felt through the match, but the ending kind of felt like that. And it's, obviously this was the triple threat match between, Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, and Brock Lesnar. Now, Ambrose and Reigns have obviously had their, feud and between, because they were forced to actually fight in this match. And, Lesnar being the wild card, I guess. I don't want to really put him as a wild card. He's definitely a top, contender and everything like that, but in the sense of the business. I mean, in, actual sport, actually, that's not even really true, because a lot of actual contenders don't really, a lot of top contenders don't really compete that much. That wrestling is actually unique in that aspect, as far as competition on this level. You know what I'm saying there. Boxing, UFC, matches that are like that, like sports that are like that, or like they space out a lot of the big matches, but that's a whole nother thing. So, I mean, this match, they wanted to do like the whole, let's reunite the Shield for like, I don't know, like 5 minutes. So they put Lesnar through one table, and then they put him through another table. Yeah, these were the announcer tables. And they just, trying to basically gang up on him so it'd just be them two. So it's smart strategy. Because, Lesnar starts off and, going nuts and suplexing shit out of everything that moves. But that's just what he does. So Roman Reigns hits a spear on Dean Ambrose, and he picks up the 1, 2, 3. I mean, I'm happy for it, don't get me wrong, but it was just like oh, okay, he won. I don't know. I felt there could have been a little bit more, like back and forth stuff going on for that. But, I don't know. I mean, I'm obviously happy that he won. It was very predictable. I think I said that in the preview, that it was going to be very predictable that he would win this match. And he obviously did, which is, obviously great for him. I really think, since we got two big guys that are gone from going into WrestleMania, there is going to be, I don't know, but I mean, I don't know. I guess this really is the only really big match I guess they could have made, but I still don't think they could have did it. They should have did it for the title. I really think they could have had it where Reigns had the title and he went against Dean Ambrose. I think that would have been the more logical thing to do. But whatever. I'm not the booker or whatever. I'm not booking this stuff. I'm not booking it. I just fucking watch it. I don't know anything about wrestling. I've only been watching this since I'm fucking 9 years old. But yeah, that's a totally different thing. So Triple H comes out. He he comes in. He's all just talking banter, whatever, and holding the title. He's got his suit on, and being Mr. CEO champion over here, and that's basically it. That is how it ends, with their little standoff. I don't know, man. It's just... It was going to be a good match. Don't get me wrong. It's just... It doesn't have to be for the title. Like, even if Reigns was champion, it still would be good to have for the title. Because it's just... You don't you don't need to be champion, Triple H. You don't need to be champion. I don't care how you slice it. I know you part owner of the fucking company. That's the exact reason why you don't need to be champion. Like, you know, but whatever. All that aside, I think I'm pretty much over that by now. Oh, man. I mean, overall, I wouldn't say it was a bad pay-per-view. I would say it's a solid pay-per-view. It was one that, if you didn't watch, you would want to watch the whole thing, kind of thing. Not like, didn't have any titles change hands, but, you obviously find out the number one contender, and, I don't know. I don't want to say that's basically it, because the matches were good, but I don't know. I would give it I don't know. I don't know how I would actually rate it, but I guess I'd give it a thumbs up. Why not? Man. Now, we are on the road to WrestleMania, and these next few weeks are going to basically shape the way all the feuds are going to be, shape the main event, the way it's going to play out, and we're just going to have to go from there. I really do hope that Reigns, wins at WrestleMania. He obviously deserves it. There's no question about that. He deserves that big WrestleMania victory. If he's going to be the guy that they're pushing as the top babyface, they have to give him the victory. And it looks like that's what they're going to do. But I still think that, with those other guys being out, that they should probably at least lean or warm up to the idea of getting a strong heel also. Maybe one or two to give him some opponents. You could have Ambrose go heel and have him turn, obviously against Reigns. Maybe do it the night after WrestleMania. That'd be a very, very good thing to do. That would be that would be kind of predictable, because a lot of the crazy stuff that shapes basically into the next WrestleMania happens the night after WrestleMania on Raw. The Raw after WrestleMania is where all the crazy stuff happens. All the returns happen. Just everything. I mean, some do happen at the Rumble and in between too. Don't get me wrong. But a lot of stuff happens the night after WrestleMania. The Raw after WrestleMania. It's like almost bigger than WrestleMania itself. Just trust me. But I mean that would be a very, very good thing to do, to have him turn heel, and we'll see, by doing it after Mania would kind of make it a little predictable. So you could do it maybe like a month or two down the road, kind of maybe set it up for SummerSlam. I don't know. You may want to get Stroman, build him up as like a secondary championship contender. I think that'd be a very, very good thing to do, to build up one of those titles. I don't know. Honestly, I really think they could bring back one of the, the cruiserweight title or the light heavyweight title. They could definitely bring back one of those. I don't see why they couldn't. I don't see why they won't. It would be a good thing. It would be a great attraction. I don't know. They like to. I do think that. Kind of makes it special when there are less champions. But when you have like champions that actually have a division, I think it gives it more meaning. Kind of like if they had a Divas Tag Team Championship. I think that would be very, very good thing to do. It would definitely strengthen the division. It would give them more, people to work with in that division. It would give them more TV time, just more exposure for the Divas in general if they had a tag team division for them. But I don't know. That could be another thing they announce the day after WrestleMania. Who knows? Everybody likes to repeat everything I say, so maybe that'll happen now. that was really good. Alrighty, well, that pretty much covers this recap. I hope you enjoyed it if you did watch it. I hope you enjoyed this video if you did watch it. And I don't know, man. Enjoy Monday Night Raw. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna... Can't even do my own lines. Okay, let me try that again. Enjoy Monday Night Raw tomorrow. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here, and I will see you when I see you.